Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your main man Steven back again to bring Champions League predictions, match day 2 of the league phase indeed, and I couldn't do recap to the last few fixtures in the Champions League is because of my health, and same goes to the Premier League and Serie predictions and Ligue predictions if I were about to do it. My health just put me back and I couldn't focus on doing it. So I do apologize, but I try to be as consistent as possible on this channel. So please hit the subscribe button for my consistency. And yeah, hit the like button. I need to get more credit for the work I put into. So first off, tomorrow, Atalanta versus Club Brugge. Club Brugge coming from a famous win against Monaco. I am very surprised Club Brugge actually battered Monaco at home last time out. 4-1. What a statement by Club Brugge, and what a statement to my former Liverpool man, Mignolet, in that goal. Despite picking up injured and saving a penalty, by all means, is definitely win. Akliouch, my Frenchman, man. How do you miss that penalty, man? And Balogun, maybe he should have taken the penalty. Akliouch, I think he's in the under 21 of my French team. And definitely, yeah, he's in the under 23s now. Since he's 23. But still, in general, I think definitely problem with Magnus Akliouch with the penalties, and you need to change it back to Balogun. Since Tim Weah, I think, is not at Monaco anymore. Was he at Monaco or was it Leo? I forgot, one of those French teams. But in general, there's injuries to Mavissa in that game as well, and Minamino got an assist, and that's all he did. If my Frenchman Akliouch and Takumi Minamino, my former Liverpool man, don't step up, then this team is in trouble. And Forbes, I think he's former City man as well, Carlos Forbes. I'm pretty sure he is former Man City man, indeed. And definitely with an assist on the night. And definitely it is Wanakin, the captain, stepping up. Anyedika, I think this guy Nigeria, yep. Raphael Anyedika in the midfield. And then you got someone off the bench to score by the name of my Frenchman, Mamadou Diakon. What a player this guy is. Off the bench, left winger for this Club Brugge team against a French side from the Ligue 1 who's competing. As things stands, they are neck to neck with PSG because PSG kind of slipped up a little bit. They are 3 points behind PSG. Lyon is right behind Marseille. It's going to be an interesting title race, but still PSG. We all know PSG is going to find a way to win that league. So all their focus is on the Champions League after smashing up Atlanta last time out. PSG 4-0, which is very unlikely. But yeah, we're on this game. But just saying, Monaco, man, I had high expectation and you proved me wrong, Club Brugge. Big up to Club Brugge. One of the biggest clubs in Belgium for sure, winning it a lot. Ahead of Genk. I think in their league there's Genk, there's Union Saint-Gilloise, Union SG there, and a couple other teams in that Belgium Pro League, which I don't follow that closely. I know Anderlecht, former team of Vincent Kompany, that he managed as well, and I think Vincent Kompany played at Anderlecht as well, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me in the comments if you know. Ghent and Genk. These teams' names are so similar, it's just T and K. And then you have Standard Liège, which I heard of course, and Royal Antwerp, who lost Saint-Lemons to Manchester United as well. So definitely that is very interesting. But Union SG as we stand, are top of the Belgian Pro League yet again. But Club Brugge is showing up more worth than Urine SG. It's very, very interesting indeed. But big up to Van Aken, still balling out. And big up to the German player, Jordan's German, that he probably doesn't know. A lot of my Frenchmen I don't even know, so it's not even a surprise. Nicolo Trissoldi next to go in the last game. So it's already 5 minutes. I better get straight to predictions. Atlanta losing, but they get a draw against Juventus on the weekend. Definitely very interesting. Juric actually stepping up. He beating Torino. Yeah, he definitely needs to step up. And using his ex Southampton player that he knows well. He was managing Southampton. And definitely Sulemana, the ex Southampton man. 2023 to 2025, I think it was when Juric was in charge. Let me double check that just to be bang on spot on. Yes, it is. So definitely kudos to his ex-player, the ex-manager getting the best of his ex-player. And this guy, Kristovic, is scoring goals up top. I think that's Bosnian, Montenegro, pardon me. Yeah, so definitely, I thought that was clearly Serbian or Bosnian, but it turns out it's Montenegro. But definitely, Atlanta should win this at Bergamo, pardon me. Yeah, need to get used to that. Definitely key. I think it's going to be a tough game. Van Aken might step up. And my Frenchman or Jordan's German might step up for Club Brugge. But Atlanta, Kremeski has been underrated. I think he definitely showed up against Torino with a clean sheet. And definitely kept Juventus at bay. With that defense of theirs. Costanu is definitely class. Jim City is underrated, and Scalvini is always injured, and Zappacosta is very underrated. He has been good. I remember Zappacosta, I think, was at Chelsea or somewhere like that, and delivered the goals in the Champions League, and I'm like, whoa. And they were saying, if there's no Diego Costa, Zappacosta is the man. So, I've been gone way long-rated. Pasalic might just show up. The Cataler is a good player. Maldini. Scamacca always injured. Not a surprise. But Kristovic has been stepping up. I think it's a 2-1 win to Atlanta. Prove me wrong, Club Brugge. Prove me wrong again. But I go Atlanta win. 2-1. We move. But Juric, you have to continue these kind of results to keep your job. If you have a few L's, your job is lost. So keep up the good work, Juric. The creation, indeed. Smash up the like button, guys, people. So next up, Kirat Almaty versus Real Madrid. Kirat plagued with injuries. I don't know the players. Don't pretend I know. The Kazakhstan outfit, the Kazakhstan team. Will they be the next Sheriff of Moldova or the next Shakhtar Donetsk to cause any trouble in Real Madrid? Or even Mönchengladbach, who got draw, I think, against Real Madrid in the past. But I really don't think so. I think Real Madrid will absolutely batter them, but Courtois has been left open against Atletico Madrid in the Madrid derby. 5-2 in favor of Atletico Madrid at the Wanda Metropolitano. I definitely think Real Madrid are going to win this 3-0. I just think it's a Sereno affair for Real Madrid. Mbappe hat-trick. I hate to say it. But definitely I think Mbappe hat-trick. Vinny Jr. might show up. Rodrigo is still there. Valverde was going to play right back because Carvajal is also injured with the injured Trent already. Raul Asensio might just come back because Rudiger, I don't know if he's fully fit. Rudiger is not playing. I don't think he's fully fit. You have the likes of Kerkeris at left back and Garcia battle for the left back, and then you have Huijsen along with David Alaba. Militao, I don't know if he's fully fit, so it's probably Asensio and Huijsen at the central back with lightweight right back and left back. Might be left exposed. I hope Karat against the grandfathers of the Champions League, Real Madrid, to humble them. I really hope. But you know, if you like to predict that, it might fare very badly because this is Real Madrid. They always find a way. Cheat or no cheat. VAR or no VAR. Or use the ref, buy the refs, and win the game. It's Real Madrid. They always find a way. So 3-0 Real Madrid, Mbappe, hat-trick. Or Vinny Jr., definitely Valverde, Goulet. It's too much. Garcia, maybe they can even afford Gonzalo Garcia to start the game. The Spaniard. So definitely this Real Madrid team kick it off to a fine start after a disappointment against Arsenal in the last campaign. So, yeah. And they lost to PSG 4-0 in the Club World Cup. I still have to bring that up. Every time I see Real Madrid lose, I'm absolutely buzzing because my team, Liverpool, get robbed by VAR. Again, these English refs, man, I don't know. I'm sick and tired. But yeah. Atletico Madrid versus Eintracht Frankfurt, guys. Atletico Madrid, Eintracht Frankfurt. I say a draw. I say Eintracht Frankfurt have enough in the tank to get a draw. But Julian Alvarez has been good. Griezmann showed up in the last minute against Real Madrid. Let's see lineup. There's already lineups predicted. Last starting 11. Birdcart you have to watch out for. This Jordan's German is very, very in form. Maybe they need to bring him out. Waltamade as well. And clean this. I don't know why you just drop clean this after one call-up. Especially if you're without Havertz and without Füllkrug. Füllkrug probably returns to Germany after deemed fit. But also West Ham has sacked their manager and called Nuno Espirito Santos to replace Graham Potter. That's another update for another day for the Premier League predictions. But yeah, so Knopf, Doan, Richie Doan, definitely a lot of quality on this team. Siate. But where's Kevin Trapp for Frankfurt? Indeed. Where is Kevin Trapp? Injured or he left? I think he left. Yeah. Kevin Trapp is no longer a Frankfurt player. So definitely very interesting to see. That's a massive blow and goal. But Oblak is definitely a good goalie. Sorloth should have scored in the last game, but Sorloth, man. Sorloth might show up this game. Julian Alvarez. Simeone with the Gyökeres celebration. But Llorente, why we don't buy this player and now he's too old for us? He's 30. Literally, he was at his prime when we could have bought him, and we never bought the guy. So versatile. Midfield, defensive midfield, right wing, right back. The guy is too good. 2 goals against Liverpool last matchday. So indeed, the guy's good. Hanko, man, has to step up at that left back with no Lino anymore. Definitely, I think 2-2 draw will be a good result for Frankfurt. Bodo Glimt versus Tottenham Hotspurs. Time for revenge. Bodo Glimt faced them in the Europa League last season and lost both of them. Will they do it? I give them a go. But Tottenham Hotspurs has been good lately despite dropping points against Wolves, which they should have never done. Should have never dropped points to Wolves. Disgrace for Thomas Frank. Richarlison is red hot ready for this game. Yeah, look out for Berg in that midfield and Hagi up top for Bodo Glimt. These guys can be a real problem. But Richarlison, Simons, Kudus, these guys are very proven Champions League players. Javi Simons for Leipzig in the past, Kudus for Ajax in the past, Palhinha for Bayern in the past, I think. But definitely, welcome back to the Champions League for Tottenham Hotspurs. And I think Tottenham Hotspurs with Norway might be a tricky place to go to, but they won 2-0 in the Europa League last time. I give them 3-1. Another 2-goal deficit for Tottenham Hotspurs. But I won't be surprised if it's a draw because it's a game of high intensity. And the Bodo Glimt fans, the Norwegians, will want to definitely get something out of this game. Especially revenge, but I don't see it. I see a Tottenham win. But prove me wrong, Bodo Glimt. I won't be surprised either if Bodo Glimt win. So, enough is enough. So, we move. Chelsea versus Benfica. Chelsea can definitely drop points in this one. But do I predict them to drop points? No. They already dropped points against Brighton at the Bridge. I'm pretty sure they dropped points at the Bridge against Brighton. A very good team under Fabio Herzl. Can't believe João Pedro can't even show up against his ex-club. And they just get battered 3-1. With a red card FC now, it seems. Chalobah getting sent off against Brighton. Last game, Sanchez got sent off and then he didn't play the cup game and now he can play this game. The cup game is taken to the Premier League. That kind of doesn't make sense to me. But it is what it is. That's the new rule I see. After red card is 1 match suspension, but I saw there would be 3. But yeah, it is what it is. So, Welbeck, masterclass against Chelsea. Former Man United, former Arsenal man, Welbeck. But, definitely rightfully so. But, I think Chelsea might drop points, but I go 2-1 Chelsea. I go time to bounce back. Chelsea 2-1. No Florentino Luis is a problem for them. But I think Pavlidis, I still rate Pavlidis a lot. Arsenis can definitely do trouble. Antonio Silva still there. We might need to consider Antonio Silva other than Lukeba. Especially after Guehi refuses to go to Liverpool. And actually want to play against Liverpool. That's how bad. And getting the win against Liverpool, just frustrating. It just makes me frustrated and want to give up on Guehi. Yeah, Trubin didn't go. I don't know, man. But the backline I'm not familiar with. I think Araujo should start because he's the more familiar right back than Dedic, which I don't know well. Ivanovic in attack. Araujo, there's a Araujo in defense and attack, and Rego. Don't know any of these players. Bruma is a massive injury. Bah, man. It's a massive injury. Alexander Bah. It's a massive injury for Benfica. But Colville, Fofana, Palmer still injured, and Delap. is massive for them. But Guiu might have a cameo off the bench this time out. George, Garnacho, you have too much quality. Gittins. Badiashile, why is my Frenchman not starting the game? By all means, Maresca. He is good. Badiashile is good. Chalaba, you're still trusting him. Even after that red card against, this is last starting 11 though. Hato is a must start for Chelsea in my opinion. He's good. No wonder Liverpool wanted him at one point. That's why I think he's good. And definitely, it should be Hato and... Yeah, it should be Hato and Badiashile at right back. At central back, pardon me. And yeah, so definitely I think Benfica will lose 2-1 to Chelsea and we move. Galatasaray versus Liverpool. Galatasaray, is Osimhen fit? It's the real concern. But I think Liverpool has to bounce back after that robbery. Complete robbery. You know. I'm not being deluded. These refs are garbage, man. These refs are like just... That was offside, man. But yeah. So, or a foul in the build-up. I don't even know. I just shut off the TV or shut off the thing as soon as the result came out. So, definitely, yeah. So, Isaac, Wirtz, time for debut goals. Time for debut goals to both of you. Definitely could have scored in the last game. But yeah, Isaac, I think, definitely needs to get things kicking off at Liverpool. He already scored a goal, I think it was the cup game, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the EFL Cup game. I don't take these cups as serious as the bigger trophies that are much harder to win. The Champions League and the Premier League are the real business deals. And indeed, I definitely think Isaac has to kick off his Champions League career under Liverpool to a flyer. Szoboszlai and Wirtz will help him out. But definitely somebody has to give Wirtz the service. And Wirtz has to show up. Because a lot of people are already calling out Wirtz and saying he's a flop already. Come on, the guy's 22, 23. You have to give the guy time. So, definitely, yeah. Gravenberch has to be better than the last game. How did he keep Nketiah outside? By all means, it's disgrace. He is by far one of our gems this season. Other than Chiesa, late goals, Rio Nagamoa, Gakpo to some degree, Szoboszlai has been amazing. Frimpong returning from injury, give him time. Kirkis has been skeptical in my opinion. He's been exposed, definitely under high tempo. He's just not used to that yet. He needs definitely time, still young to adapt. And Salah is kind of underwhelming. Salah is quite underwhelming, but Kirkis is way younger than most of the players. He's 1 year younger than Wirtz as well, so. And Bradley is called back. And we expected on paper this team to beat Palace and they didn't. Ah man, wish we got Mateta, but Ekitike will be returning, so it should be okay. So yeah. Sarr, what a player he is. Why didn't we pick him up? Despite him having international duty, but he's a quality player, I'm telling you. The guy has our number. Every time he plays against us, it's trouble. Ismaila Sarr is trouble. But Icardi played ahead of Osimhen the last game. It doesn't say Osimhen is injured. Osimhen might feature. Oh my goodness. But last time he featured, I think when Napoli faced Liverpool, he missed the penalty. Show you the proof. Napoli versus Liverpool. Don't like playing Napoli as well. 4-1. Remember the 4-1. I can never forget it. It's a disgrace, disaster class by Joe Gomez that game. Simeone scored. Simeone, you know. Giovanni Simeone, I think it was. And you have Anguissa and Zelensky. These are quality players, they do. But still, it's a disaster lineup by us. Gomez. Elliott, Milner in that mid. That's a disgrace show. That's a disgrace midfield, you know. The top is fine. The back, get rid of Gomez and everything else is fine. The midfield, Elliott and Milner should be benched. See what I mean? If I were the manager, I can do much better than this. Questionable selections that game, but Osimhen is coming back to try to hot Liverpool, man. And I really hope he does not do that. A very disaster class if it does happen, man. And that's for another show. That is for tomorrow. I hope we batter Galatasaray, man. Especially with no Muslera and goal, it's definitely possible. But watch out with Davinson Sanchez, ex-Tottenham man, to try to stop us. No Angelino, former Man City man, you know. But you have Lucas Torreira, former Arsenal man. Wilfred Singo, quite the Ivorian Coast player. Yilmaz is definitely an underrated player. Never write out this guy. Any Turkey guys that can definitely show up. She's under 2.0. Indeed, definitely the quality. Probably Artuçoglu 2.0. Definitely the quality for Galatasaray. Sane returns to face Liverpool. Watch out for Jordan's German. Quite the quality. Salah is definitely a quality. Icardi is quality. Don't write off these quality players they have. Jacobs should be starting back at right back or left back or right back. He can play both. Gundogan, he should be starting in this last starting 11. I think they're resting players. I think Gundogan will start against us tomorrow. That's what I think. I think it's Gundogan and Torreira tomorrow at the holding midfield. I think they will definitely use 4-2-3-1. And we have to be ready for that. Mario Lemina off the bench for Super Mario there. And Osimhen, is he fit to start? And Akun, another very versatile Galatasaray, the Turkish player. Kings of Turkey, Galatasaray. Will be difficult. Will be very difficult. I think they can score more than 2 goals. Better than like a Palace. Palace can do it. A lot of people are sorting us out and scoring 2 goals against us. I go 3-2 Liverpool. I think it's going to be a very tight game. But we might score 1 in the first half and 2 in the second. 3-2 Liverpool. I'm going for it. I'm backing my team. Even in the toughest situation, I'm pissed after the last game because it's unfair. If it was fair, I give it all credit to Palace, but I think it's unfair. So yeah, we move. Inter Milan versus Slavia Praha. I think Slavia are not going to prove easy to break down. And Inter Milan, I still not convinced with them despite the win. I think they definitely still lack quality. At home, they conceded 1 against Sassuolo. I think it's a 1-0 win for Inter Milan. 1-0. But definitely, that's all I have to say. Boring football, Inter Milan. Good players, but boring football. I think it might be the manager's fault. I don't know what's with this Inter Milan team. Post Champions League heartbreak in that final. So, Marseille versus Ajax. Ajax last time out, I think they lost it. Yeah, they lost it, I think 2-0. 2-0 against Inter Milan. Inter Milan still boring because they took in the second towards the end of first half, basically. And that's all they wrote. Ajax missing players, man. This is not the same Ajax. I go 3-1 Marseille. 3-1 Marseille because the Ajax boys, the Amsterdam boys are in trouble. And who's in charge of Johnny Hetting, a former Liverpool man? Ex-manager, Slot's assistant manager, might get sacked. Jaros, please save Ajax. Former Liverpool man, please save Ajax. They're in a whole lot of mud. Berghuis, Waghorst, you need to step up. Dolberg is injured. McConnell, a lot of Liverpool man. This is a Liverpool retirement home again. Jaros, Henderson was there last season. Marseille win. Paphos, Bayern, 5-0 Bayern. Bayern's too much for Paphos to handle. Especially after David Luiz picked up an injury. Is he still injured? I don't even know. He picked up an injury in the last game. And I think he played in the recent game. Because I don't follow this Cyprus League that closely. He's on the bench. Maybe preparing for Bayern. But David Luiz is old. You can't only rely on David Luiz to win games. And it's Bayern Munich. My jersey I have on. They're the only confident team that I have winning this amongst the big teams. Because Galatasaray can definitely prove Liverpool wrong as much as I want to be confident. But I'm not 100% confident after VAR and this English refs doing it. You don't know, European refs can definitely do Liverpool dirty as well. Can't ever trust these refs. But yeah, so definitely the case. Paphos to lose 5-0 or 4-0. I go 5-0, smashing. Bayern. Even without Davies, Musiala, they have Kane, Gnabry, Olise, Diaz, plenty of energy in that attack. Nicholas Jackson, Joshua Kimmich, oh man, the list just keeps going. These guys can batter them 7-0, 10-0. Like in the Club World Cup, they battered a team, I think it was 10-0 or something like that. Unknown team, but this is a European Cyprus team, but still. Bayern is too good. Bayern might be one of the early picks already. I always pick Bayern as one of my favorites every campaign. But will Harry Kane have the European curse? Because he already broke the domestic curse in the Bundesliga. It's a farmers league. So, left to be seen, is it time for Kane to break the curse? And the last time Bayern won it, 2019-2020, pardon me. 2019, the last time Bayern won it, 2019-2020, they want to end the 5-6 years wait. So definitely up there. Definitely up there ahead of City in my opinion still. Right, City beating Napoli, but that was an off game if you have a red card. City always have to rely on the refs helping them. See what I mean? That's why I call them Worcester City or getting the other team sent off because of the refs. See what I mean? So definitely it is what it is. If they don't get any benefits from the refs, this is not Manchester City. Wednesday fixtures. Karabag versus FC Copenhagen. I think they won their last game too. Pick up the Karabag of Azerbaijan. Indeed. They beat Benfica 3-2. You can't write off this team. You cannot write off this team. And now they're at home. Copenhagen is a tough team. I go for a draw. I go for a 2-2 draw because Karabag proved their high scoring. People go Copenhagen win. But Karabag at home, Azerbaijan can definitely be a very tricky place to go to. Baku in Azerbaijan is definitely a tough place to go to. Even international or club football, it's a tough place to go to. High altitudes, tough place to go to. You're in SG, Newcastle. Newcastle's real test now. Newcastle's real test. Newcastle, they lost, I think, Barcelona at St. James Park. And now their away days might be tricky, but Voltemada will be highly relied on. And any injuries to this team? Schär, Livermantle, Ramsey, Vissa's still injured, a massive injury. Just came to the club and injured. Anthony Gordon, Voltemada, Tonali to step up. 3-1 to Newcastle in this one. I think they definitely have quality in that defense to keep Arsenal at bay for the whole 90 minutes and lead against Arsenal, and should have been a point for Newcastle. Should have been a point. Should have been a point, let's be honest. Arsenal very fortunate on the day. 3-1 Newcastle. We move. Big up to Alexis McAllister's Kevin McAllister. I think that's his older brother. I think McAllister's younger than that. Arsenal Olympiacos. 2-1 Arsenal. 2-1. Olympiacos is no easy task. 2-1 to Arsenal. The Greeks can be tricky. They have Al-Kabi, that's what. I think Al-Kabi or Podence can score. As much as I would say, because the rest of the players I don't know. Yajichi. Is this Yusuf Yajichi? Why is he benched? This is the last starting 11, probably. Yeah, Yusuf Yajichi is a quality player. Might be tormenting Arsenal. This guy's good. This guy is good. A lot of people don't know these Olympiacos players. I know some of them. Gilson Mertens. This guy's good too. Gilson Mertens. Watch out for him. I think he played for Atletico Madrid. Taremi. Watch out for Taremi. But Al-Kabi will definitely be wanting to hurt Arsenal. But Arsenal's defense is solid enough to get the point. All 3 points. So yeah. As we saw against Newcastle. Very, very fortunate late goal. Put more pressure on Liverpool, especially going into the Chelsea game where we can drop more points, because Chelsea is a team that we tend to drop 2 points at least. Even though I think we beat them last season, but still. Barcelona PSG, this is the hardest game to predict. Hardest game to predict. Chesney probably back and go. It was a rotated squad for Barcelona in the last game where they got a scrappy win against Real Sociedad 2-1, top of the La Liga table now. I want Barcelona to win any day over Real Madrid, the cheat clubs. Yamal should be back in the starting 11, and Almo, Ferran Torres, or Lewandowski up top. I think it's still Lewandowski up top, because it's a big game like this. Ferran Torres, super sub. Ramos, Kvaratskhelia, Mabai was the last time. But I think it's going to be Bradley Barcola. And I think Pacho and Nuno Mendes will come back, because this is a rotated squad of PSGs in the last game, where they beat Azur. They were heavily rotated after the loss against Marseille on the Ballon d'Or day. But yeah, both of the defenders scoring in the last one. Berardo and Jabarni. Marquinhos is injured for this one? Really? If Marquinhos is injured for this one, it has to be Pacho and Berardo. Or Pacho Jabarni. I think Berardo's the more experienced one, if I'm not mistaken. But Jabarni can definitely never be underestimated, because his days at Bournemouth. So Mendes and Hakimi should return to the squad. And Bradley Barcola. I don't know if Fabian Ruiz is fully fit. It says he's Mudry injury doubtful, and same goes to João Neves, which is a massive blow. Betinia as well. This team is plagued with injuries. Plagued with injuries. PSG, the defending champions, will they handle Barcelona? But Rafinha is injured. That's a massive thing. But Rashford will have to step up. Rashford, Olmo, Yamal should still be enough. But on paper, the Barca team look more stacked in defense. Especially without Marquinhos leading the back line. I go for a Barca-Nero win. 3 goes to 2. Because I think Gonzalo Ramos and Kvaratskhelia can definitely hurt Barcelona. But without Doué and Dembele, it's a massive problem for PSG. It's a massive problem. And we saw how they got exposed against Marseille. But the PSG fans will say the 4-1. But that's for another conversation. The last meeting was the 4-1. But Barcelona beat them 3-2 away. And 1-1 draw and a 4-1 is the common scoreline by PSG. And then, of course, the remontada at the Camp Nou. The miracle at Camp Nou. Indeed, is a massive one. And let's not take it too far to the 2015 when Barcelona won 2-0. But the last 2 meetings at Barcelona has been 4-1 PSG. So Barcelona has concerning some... PSG have been sounding alarm bells at the Camp Nou. Barcelona win, I think, this time out. With all the injuries to PSG. Only because of that. Rafinha, there's Rashford at the moment. There's Rashford, even though he's definitely not as good as Rafinha when it comes to goal tally. But definitely Dani Olmo alongside Yamal can definitely help Rashford. And up top you have Ferran Torres and Lewandowski, who are goal scoring machines. So definitely I go 3-2 Barcelona. It's going to be a very cagey game. Either 2-1 or 3-2. I go for high scoring entertainment game this one. Game of the Wednesday. Definitely going to keep a very, very good eye on that game. Bayer Leverkusen versus PSV Eindhoven. Bayer Leverkusen, PSV Eindhoven. I go for Casper Humansman to do it. 2 goes to 1. I think it's going to be a cagey affair. PSV are a good team. But Quensa, Benzegir, the Moroccan, and Grimaldo, I think, can score goals, and Patrick Schick can return. Pepe has been hit and miss lately. So that's what I'm concerned for PSV. Without Luke de Jong, where's the goals coming from? Dennis Mann needs to be starting the game. Dennis Mann, the Romanian, needs to be starting the game over Werner, in my opinion. Dennis Mann is the more experienced player than Werner, which I never heard of. Shooting Sabiri and Veerman needs to be big in that midfield. Flamingo, can you do what you did against Juventus? Left to be seen. Kovar, I don't know if I can trust Kovar. But the former Leverkusen goalkeeper as well, that PSV Eindhoven actually signed. Interesting. That will be very interesting if he can play. If he can play against Bayer Leverkusen. But I'm back in the German Giants. They did win the Bundesliga 2 seasons ago. I think it was. Definitely. Casper Human proving tough to beat. I think he's still unbeaten as the new manager, which shows his class to be tough to beat. He managed the Denmark national team for a reason, and brought him to the semi-final of the Euro. That's a very good achievement. So big up to Casper Human. Some people don't even know this guy from Denmark. Come on, you don't follow international football enough with the managers, man. So yeah. Borussia Dortmund versus Atletico Madrid. As the Athletic Club, pardon me. Athletic Club, do you have Nico Williams is the main thing. Is he still injured? Lassie pick up an injury for a few days. Don't know how accurate that is. Muscle injury for Nico Williams. Head-to-head ratio. 2 wins for Bilbao. Oh my goodness. But it's club friendlies, which doesn't count. Into first competitive match between the two. See, he was on the bench. Grassi in the last game. Against Mainz, where they won 2-0. He's on the bench. So he can definitely feature. So these injuries, see, they're faking injuries. Borussia Dortmund at home can be very, very tricky. But since no Nico Williams, which is a massive blow, I go 2-1 Dortmund. The main issue is no Nico Williams, which is such a quality player they're missing. You don't know how good this guy is. Won the Euro single-handedly with Jamal and a yards ago. Monaco versus Manchester City. Monaco took it. Last time they faced, I think, was when Monaco won on away goals. Now there's no away goals. And it's only the league phase anyways. But head to head. 1 win for Monaco, 1 win for Man City. Last time, 2017, Monaco beat them at home. But that's Mbappe. That was a very good Monaco team. Let me show you this Monaco team. It's so good. You have Benjamin Mendy at left back. Sidibe, my Frenchman, doing so good at the back. Bernardo Silva, now a City player, is the only change from last time out. Fabinho, ex-Liverpool man. Bakayoko, Chelsea. Ex-Chelsea man, pardon me. That was Sissoko, I'm thinking of, possibly. But, Thomas Lemar, Atletico Madrid man. I don't think he plays for Atleti anymore. He still does. Girona. He's on a loan at Girona. Lemar was a baller back then, scoring a goal. As you know, assist against Man City. I want Monaco to do it. But Man City is an unpredictable team now. Absolutely liberating Burnley like they're supposed to do. That's a team they're supposed to own. That team. They're supposed to own that team. They're supposed to never let them win. So, Foden. They need to bring back Rodri. I don't know why he did not feature the last game at all. Knee injury, doubtful. Is he really injured though? Is he really injured, Rodri? Not in the squad at all last game. I don't think he was even on the bench the last game. Rodri, I think he will return. Because FootMob is so unpredictable, I think Rodri might just return. So, he's getting injury prone with those muscles. Man City win. 3-1, in my opinion. It's like... But Minamino, possibly scoring. Balogun needs to be starting the game. But this was last starting 11. Balogun rested for this game. Akuluch, illness. How accurate is that? Zakaria. Pogba is the massive miss. Because he played for Man United and he knows City very well. Zakaria is with. It's a massive miss. Golovin. Due to these injuries, they will cost Monaco way more than City. Rodri, Ain't Nori, Marmoush, and Turkey is massive injuries, but you have Foden, Haaland, Doku. Who knows Monaco well, Doku, from his Rennes days. Oscar Bob should be starting, in my opinion, over Savinho. I definitely rate Oscar Bob more than Savinho. Kovacic might be started. Bernardo Silva should be starting against ex-club. And yeah, that's all the changes I would make. It should be Haaland, Doku, Foden, Reinders, Rodri might be injured, but I don't know. If he doesn't start, I would start Bernardo Silva in that DM and go with Oscar Bob. I don't trust Nico Gonzalez one bit at that DM. Bernardo Silva is the more versatile and expert player that can score goals. So that's why. You rarely see Nico Gonzalez score goals. He's just trying to hold back the attackers from getting too close to City's goals. So 3-1 City. We move. 2 more games, 3 more games to go. Napoli, Sporting CP. Napoli to win. Napoli to win. 3-1. I think Sporting can get it through Pedro Gonçalves or someone, but Napoli at the Stadio Diego Maradona Stadium to definitely do it. Especially with De Bruyne, with McTominay, and Guesa and Højlund. Definitely are capable. Lukaku needs to return ASAP, man. But that's left to be next month. Not in October, but in November, which is very sad. Want to see him link up. Desperately want to see him link up with Kevin De Bruyne. Villarreal, Juventus. I go upset. Juventus not convincing against Atlanta. A Zurich Atlanta. I go 2-1 to Villarreal. I think Villarreal, even after losing Barry to the Premier League, Nicolas Pepe and Manzaduka, the Georgian is definitely quality. Solomon is quality. Akumachi is definitely quality. Any Moroccan is quality. Partey. Renato Vega. Yoda Zopenda. You name them. You name them. Juventus will win. I want them to win, but they did not prove their worth in the last game. Dusan Vlahovic again to save them, hopefully. But Jonathan David must start. That's what I don't understand with Igor Tudor. Indeed. Villarreal to win 2-1 under this manager, Marcelino Garcia, quality manager. And that's my predictions for Matchday 2 of the league phase of the Champions League 2025-2026. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, share the video, notification bell on. Especially that subscription button and that like button. And leave your prediction in the comments below. It's your main man Steven signing out. Steve Squad, peace.